Hello! So I thought I'd do a quick overview of the NBT system installed into an E-Series car. It's installed into an E92, as you can see. And we have the full BMW NBT system installed. So I'll run through a couple of the options, if I can get the phone steady. Obviously you have all the standard things: multimedia, radio, telephone, navigation, office, connected drive, information and settings. Running through these sections in multimedia, CD, DVD. This has the handbrake coded out, so you don't have to have the handbrake on, so passengers obviously can watch DVDs and so on. Music collection, I'll show you what's going on in here. Bit of AC/DC. Everything works in here perfectly. The search functions, the playlist functions, and everything's absolutely spot on. I'm running in split screen mode at the moment. If I look at the split screen content, I can change that between nav settings or onboard computers and traffic information and so on. We'll leave it on split screen for now on the media mode. External devices, we have a hard drive that I've plugged in. Let's turn that down. So the hard drive that's plugged in at the moment is a little 2 terabyte job, and I have a whole bunch of music on there. I can obviously export that data. I think there's about 13 gigs of data on the actual NBT unit itself, and you can import the music. So again, all those functions work perfectly well, and you can see all of the menus. My Bluetooth is not connected because I'm currently recording on the phone, so the Bluetooth is disabled. But the phone functions work well. Also sound, yeah, all these sections in here work perfectly well as well. Let's go back to the main menu. Look at radio. This unit does have DAB installed, so I have a whole list of different stations that I can pick up. So Capital Extra, for example. The reception's very good. I've gone for the actual BMW antenna, which is in the shark fin. It seems to work very well. Certainly around this area anyway. I'm not sure what it's like around the rest of the UK, but again, really snappy. Everything works perfectly well. What else do we have? So obviously FM and AM as well. Not highly exciting. Telephone, not sure if this is connected. It is connected at the moment. I can even look at messages because it's an Android box. So here we have a last message from a lad saying okay, thanks. It's always nice when you get thanks. Yeah, lots of stuff. One from my mum and dad and so on. Anyway, look, the texts are in there, and what you can do is get these played out. So if I actually go to read out, okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. Very exciting. So that's quite a handy feature to have, and again, everything works properly. You can mark as unread, delete, and so on. Okay, on top of that, we have obviously dial number, receive calls, and phone book and active calls. If I look at the phone book, I actually have the ceramic controller, which is installed here. This eventually is going to be wrapped the same as I've wrapped the dash here. That's in a 3M brushed titanium effect, so I've got to rewrap this through to make it match. But either way, it's the ceramic controller, so it does have a touch interface on it as well. So if I actually go back to here and have a look and go A to Z search, and I went, for example, J, did my letters. I did a J and a U, so it's brought everyone up with a J and a U. It's quite a handy way of searching for people. Delete. There we go. So if we look at mum and dad or something. MU, mum and dad, multiple numbers. So really handy. That works really well. It's a lovely controller. It's super fast and really good to use. What else do we have? Also have the navigation side of things. I'm sure we've all seen this in the past, but I'll quickly run through it. Let's have a look at the map. Now, it's really snappy. I mean, over the CCC, it's chalk and cheese. It really is. Everything works nicely. As you can see, very snappy. No issues. You know, the traffic updates work properly. With connected drive, you actually get live traffic updates as well. It's really fun. Office is kind of pointless, but there is some cool stuff in there. Office today gives you a summary, and all I've got enabled is text messages, so it just says I have none available. I can also look at contacts and create voice notes as well, which is pointless for me, but I'm sure someone might be able to use that. You know, I don't know what for, pick up milk or something, I don't know. Connected drive, this is the bit that is not connected at the moment because I'm filming, but this allows you to use apps from your Android or Apple device, your iPhone, things like Spotify and in-tune radio and so on. Vehicle information, onboard computer. As you'd expect, terrible consumption. I've got a massively heavy right foot, so ignore that. 16 to the gallon, and it is a 335D. It's obviously quite a pokey one, and yeah, I do give it some beans quite a lot. If I turn the car on, so we're running there now. Have a look there. The sports display actually pops up. So now we have these two lovely little displays. I've got them set in horsepower and foot pound, so you can actually look at these within reasonably accurate detail. I believe they're within 4% accuracy, and they do update depending on when I first took the car. It said 180 horsepower, I think it was, on the left dial, and obviously it's changed that to match what this potentially pokes out, which is around the 420 mark, and 580 foot-pound of torque, thereabouts. Monster. So everything, again, it works seamlessly. There's a lot of other cool stuff in settings. One thing I am going to change actually is to do with doors and key, because I've got the beep, so I'm going to turn off the acoustic signal for the lock unlock. But yeah, there's loads of other stuff in there, such as comfort lock. Obviously that can be changed between the three profiles. Door only, all doors, or comfort. I like comfort. Everyone likes a bit of comfort. Lock after driving away. All these options are in here and they all work fine. Only a couple of things that don't work, which is the auxiliary ventilation, but it's kind of pointless and shit anyway, so I don't care about that. It's not like I have an auxiliary pump for the heater and so on, or an auxiliary heater even for that matter, but speed warnings, that all works a treat as well. Obviously the sound menu we looked at earlier in a different area. Yeah, the touchpad can do 3 individual things, right? Interactive map, and that's fun. It means you can pinch to zoom and actually move around on the map using the touch on the iDrive controller, and audio feedback as well. Just gives you a little bit of audio feedback when you're clicking on stuff and so on. Other cool features are obviously the voice button. Help.
To hear the voice commands in the table displayed, say voice commands.
So,
to obtain general information on voice inputs, say help with voice input. To hear important
so this works really well.
With examples,
there's no two ways about it. It's so much better
with examples.
Than the CCC system that I had installed before. Even simple things like switching through to navigation. This is quite fun. Navigation. He says navigation. Oh, I don't know. It does work. I think I just turned it off. Navigation. Yes, navigation. I turned it off. That's what I'd done. So here you can see on the top left, whenever the voice is active, you can actually, it will be listening to what you're saying.
Roy Rotherham.
So, on that note, she's been listening to me say all sorts of stuff, and she's probably going to get very confused. So I'll turn the voice off for a second, refocus. And if I was to actually navigate somewhere from navigation, I'll try and go through the process now so you can see what it looks like. Navigate to Marlow town centre.
Processing your input. Did you mean Swinton, Marlow Drive?
No. Marlow, Buckinghamshire.
Please say the number of the entry you would like. Say,
as you can see, I've no idea how to use it yet, but it's really cool. So I guess on here I can add in places and so on. If I actually put in the place postcode and go to the voice input, which is the first option.
Please say the name of the place.
Marlow.
Did you mean Marloke?
Marloke. No, I didn't. No.
There are only 7 entries in the list.
I did not know that.
Please say the number of another entry.
3.
Marlow.
Yes.
Please say the command street.
So I'm going to turn it off, but you get the idea, and it all works nicely. The shortcut buttons on here are pretty cool. You've got nav, telephone, menu, radio, and media. Down the back you have option and back. So lots of cool stuff to be playing around with. But more importantly, as I said again, this is in an E92. Which is awesome. Oh, last thing I have as well to show you is dynamic parking lines, which are just here. So you can see there's my little smart Brabus, and when I turn the steering wheel, I actually get the alteration of where my car's going to go. I know I'm dry steering, don't tell me off, they are my tyres after all. You can see it actually moves the parking lines as to where you're actually predicted to go. It's really useful, not maybe so much for me, but certainly when the wife drives it, that should help major disasters, earthquakes and other things. So all in all, yeah, really impressed. Everything works as it should. The last thing I can show you is probably video, more media, audio, books, podcasts, video, movies. Let's see what we got. Lots of Bill Bailey and Jimmy Carr. So if we look at Bill Bailey, Tinselworm, for example, bring that up. And this works really seamlessly. It doesn't work for MKVs, but it does work for MP4s and AVIs and so on. So yeah, I mean, again, how much do you need in a car? Obviously you can go full screen. I just changed the split screen content to be non-split screen, and we'll get that video in full screen when it comes up. There we go. So let's see if we've got any volume. There it is. So yeah, really impressed. This system was installed by Dav Singh Kelsey. Awesome dude. Use him for your retrofits. If you're in the UK, he's a lovely bloke, and he really does know what he's doing, which is important. So yes, this has been me, Johnny, in my 2007 335D little oil burning smoke monster with the NBT retrofit. Thank you very much for watching, and take care, beautiful people. Much love. Bye bye.